All right, let's do fun stuff. Math tricks. So, square of numbers that ends with 5. Let's say 25 to power 2. What you do, take this number 2, next number after 2 comes 3, right? So you multiply by next number on the number of line of numbers, which is 2 times 3. It's gonna be 6. So 2 times 3. And 5 squared is 25. Next, 35 squared. So 3, next number is 4, 3 times 4. And 5 squared, 25. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 25. You don't believe me? You can check on calculator. 65 squared, 6 times, 6 times 7 and 5 squared, 42, 6 times squared, 6 times 7, 42, and 5 squared, 25. It's interesting, isn't it? Now, division by 5. Numbers that divided by 5 are all numbers that ends only with 0 or 5. Let me see. 795 divided by 5. Sometimes. So it's going to be how much? 1 time. So it's going to be 5. 2 remainder. Wait a minute, this 7 doesn't look good. So 229, it's gonna be 5 times 25, and then 45 by 5 is 9. Okay, now let's with 0. So here is 5. Now let's do with 0, 780. 7 divided by 5 is 1 times 5. 28 by 5 is 5 times 25. 3, bring down 0 is 6. So 30, 0. Here also 45 is 0. Let's be complete, just in case anybody is wondering. Okay, so ends with 0. 780. Okay. Next one. And let me move it down a little bit. Same thing here. Okay. Next. Division by 3. Okay, let me see. I have 675. Looking at the number, I can tell you right away that this number is divisible by 3. I can divide by 3. How? I'm taking these digits, 6 plus 7 plus 5. It's equal. 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 5 is 18. 18 is divisible by 3. That means entire number is divisible by 3. That will be 6 by 3 is 2, 7 by 3 is 2, 1 remainder, 15 by 3 is 5. Another example, 9, 7, 6, 2. Let's see, 9 plus 7 plus 6 plus 2. What do we get? 9 plus 7, 16. 16 plus 6, 22, 22 plus 2, 24. Is 24 divisible by 3? Yes, which means this number we can divide by 3. So we get 9 divided by 3 is 3, 7 by 3 is 2, remainder 1, 16 by 3 is 5, remainder 15, and 12 by 3 is 4. Okay, and one more, 6, 7, 7. Let's add it. 6 plus 7 plus 7. So it's going to be 13, and 13 plus 7, 20. Is 20 divided by 3? No, which means you can divide the rest of your life and you will not get the whole number. Okay? Next. Moving to, let me see, division by 4. Numbers that ends with 2 zeros or last two numbers will be divisible by 4. Let's check it. So 900 by 4, 9 by 4 is 2. 8, 10 by 4 is 2, 8, and bringing down 0, 20 by 4 is 5. Okay. Next one. 1, 3, 1, 2. Divisible by 4. The last two numbers, 12. Are they divisible by 4? Yes, they are. That means the entire number I can divide. So I will get 3 times 4, 12. Remainder 1, bring down 1. It's going to be twice 8. 32 by 4 is 8. Okay. Let me take 418. I am taking last two numbers, 18. Is it divisible by 4? No, which means you can divide the rest of your life, you will never get the whole number. Or if you can get the whole number from this division, then you are next Nobel Prize winner. Next one. Addition, that's my favorite. Addition of fractions. The students like fractions. Let's do it. So, let's say fractions with 1 in numerator. So I have 1 over 8 plus 1 over 7. Okay? So the trick is, on the top you add 8 plus 7. At the bottom you multiply 8 times 7. 15 over 56. Another one. 1 over 3 plus 1 over 5. This is about fractions that have 1 on the top. So you get 3 plus 5 and 3 times 5. 8 over 15. How awesome is that? Next, what if you have, instead of 1, different digits? But we are talking about fraction with 1 digits, because if you get 2 digits, then you have to multiply on calculator, then it's losing the taste of this beauty. Okay. Let's say 3/4. Let me take this. 3/4 plus 2/5. So you multiply this by this. You multiply this by this. That goes to numerator and summarize them. And at the bottom, you multiply these denominators. So what do we have? 3 times 5 plus 4 times 2. And 4 times 5 is 20 at the bottom. So let me write down here 3 times 5. Here you get 4 times 2. Here you get 4 times 5. What do we get? 15 plus 8 over 20. 23 over 20. One more. 5 over 7. Plus 3 over 8. So again, 5 times 8. Here we have 7 times 3. And these two we multiply by each other. So we get 5 times 8, 40, plus 7 times 3, 21, and 7 times 8, 56. So we are getting 61 over 56. How cool is that? All right. Moving to next, subtraction from 1. Subtracting fraction from 1. One minus 3 over 9. All you do, 9 minus 3. It's gonna be 6 over 9. This 9 to minus 3. Well, obviously we can reduce by 3. It's gonna be 2, it's gonna be 3. So 2/3. Another one. 1 minus, let's say, 6 over 11. 11 minus 6. It's equal 5 over 11. Okay? 1 minus 12 over 19. 19 minus 12. 7 over 19. Okay? So let's say if you want to have 3 minus 4 over 5. So you just reduce 3 by 1, get 2, and then 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 9 over 13. Reduce 6 by 1 is 5, and 13 minus 9 is 4. Okay? All right. Moving to table of multiplication by 9. Whoever is having hard time with table of multiplication, watch here. This one doesn't require any explanation. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So let's start. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one comes from here, and this comes from here down. Nine times 1 is 9, 9 times 2, 18, 9 times 3, 27, and so on. So this is multiplication by 9. Okay, moving to multiplication of 2-digit numbers. Let's say we have 91 times 92. All right? 100 minus 91, it's going to be 9. 100 minus 92, it's going to be 8. 9 plus 8, 17. So 100 minus 17, it's going to be 83. And 9 times 8, 72. There we go. We multiplied. Don't believe me? Check on calculator. One more. 89 times 98. 100 minus 89 is 11. 100 minus 98 is 2. 11 plus 2 is 13. So 100 minus 13 is 87. And 11 times 2 is 22. So it's going to be 22. And we have the result. Next, multiplication by 11. We are doing multiplication by 11. So, multiplication by 11. 11 times 45. So, write down 4 here, 5 here, and in the middle it's going to be 4 plus 5. 495. Check on calculator. 11 times 67. 6 here, 7 here. 6 plus 7, it's going to be 13. Therefore, 1 and 6, it's going to be 7. 737. 11 times 66. Okay, let's take here something else. Take 22. 2 here, 2 here, and 2 plus 2 is in the middle will be 4. And one more, 11 times 89. Here you get 8, 9, and 8 plus 9. It will be 17, right? So this 8 will become 9. And that's it. So next, let's multiply 11 by much bigger numbers. Let me see. 11 times 11 times 3, 9, 7, 4, 5, for example. Okay, let's start. First number here, last number here. So let's get going. So 4 and 5, oh, it's too thick. 4 and 5, it's gonna be 9. Okay, next, 4 and 7, it's gonna be 11. Put here is 1, and this one I put, so I can add with the number will come here, 11. Next, 9 and 7, it's gonna be 16. So 1 and 6, so 1 and 6 is gonna be 7. Okay, so this one I'm keeping here, so whatever comes we will add. And lastly we have 9 and 3, which is gonna be 12. So 12, if I write down here 12, 1 comes here, 1 and 2, it's gonna be 3. And this 3 and 1 is becoming 4. Check it, multiply, and you can check on calculator. One more. So 11 times 2, 4, 4, 3, 6. Okay. So in front we have 2, at the end we have 6. Those are these numbers, 2 and 6. Here also 3 and 5 we had. Okay, 2 and 6. Let's get going. 3 and 6, it's gonna be 9. Write down here 9. Next, 3 and 7, 3 and 4, it's gonna be 7. Here we have 7. 4 and 4, it's gonna be 8. Looks like this one was easy number. Okay, and 2 and 4, it's gonna be 6. Let me choose this one. And 2 stays here. Let's take another number that we have to add to each other. So 11 times, let me take high numbers like 7, the 4, 8, 9, 6, and what? 7. Okay. So we have 7 and 7, beginning and end. So here is 7, here is 7. Okay. 6 and 7, it's going to be 13, writing 3, 1 writing here, so keep in mind. Next, 6 and 9, it's going to be 15, right? 5 and 1 I'm keeping in mind, and 1 plus 5, it's going to be 6. So I'm placing here 6. Next is going to be 9 and 8. It's going to be 17. So writing down 17 and 1 in mind. So 1 and 7 is going to make 8. Okay, and then what do we have? 8 and 4 is 12. So writing down here 2 and 1 we write down in mind. And this is gonna be 1 and 2, it's gonna be 3. And lastly we have 7 and 4, it's become 11. So 1 and 1 in mind, and 1 with 1, it will be 2. Oops, missed it. Hold on. Okay, I have to be careful. Let me write down these 2. Okay, and 1 and 7 will become 8. That's all. Let me carefully clean this. There we go. Okay, we got it. Multiplying by the big numbers. 11 times big numbers. Okay, next is going to be converting Celsius to Fahrenheit. Very easy way. So 30 degrees Celsius converting to Fahrenheit. Okay, 30 degrees multiplied by 1.8, we get 54. And then 54 plus 32, we are getting 86 degrees Fahrenheit. One more, 25 degrees Celsius times 1.8, it's going to be equal 45. And then 45 plus 32, it's going to be 77 degrees of Fahrenheit. And same way you go backwards. For example, what to take? 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert to Celsius. So in this case, we are going backwards. 100 minus 32 will be equal 68. And 68 we divide by 1.8. And we get approximately 37.8 degrees Celsius. And that's it. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Let's solve a problem, word problem, based on empirical rule. So, based on empirical rule, if the data have bell-shaped distribution, then we can say that about 68% of the value will fit within one standard deviation of the mean. So one standard, since we don't know which way, so it can be plus or minus, one standard deviation of the mean. About 95% of value will fit within two standard deviations of the mean. And 99.7% of value will fit within three standard deviations of the mean. Okay, so let's solve the problem. So after sampling of white pine, it was explored, it was researched that the average, white pine has about 180 feet. Plus minus 180 feet, plus minus 10 feet. So that's that's going to be your standard deviation from sample. So we need to know how many percent of white pines will fit between 150 and 210 feet. Okay, so first step, what we are going to do is we are testing 68%. So what we're gonna do, x bar is 180, so x bar plus minus 1s is equal x bar, our x bar is 180 plus minus 1 times standard deviation is 10, which means 180 plus 10 is going to be equal 190. 180 minus 10 is equal 117. And as we can see, it doesn't fit the range we are interested in. Okay, next one. Now we are testing two standard deviations. X bar plus minus two standard deviations, which is going to be 180 plus minus twice 10, right? So from here, 180 plus 2 times 10 is 20. It's going to be 200. Well, I'm looking, it doesn't match to my upper limit, so I don't even need to continue with minus 20, right? And lastly, our last chance is, let's see, we are going to check plus minus free standard deviation. So 180 plus minus, let me go follow the same rule, X bar plus minus free S, which is equal 180 plus minus 3 times 10. So 180, oops, sorry, 180 plus 3 times 10 is 30, will be 210. Well, looks like we hit the upper level, 210. And now 180 minus 30, it's equal 150. Bingo. So 3S is bringing us to the range we are interested, 150 and 210 feet. So from here, the X bar plus minus 3S is 99.7%. So from here, we can draw conclusion that 99.7% of white pines are between 150 and 210 feet. That's all. Till next problem.